Alright guys, just got off of work. Right now it is about 4 p.m. Got off early. I mean, I've been gone for the last month working, so they gave us some time off this week just to get things taken care of. But before I left California, some things I picked up in preparation to get back in the gym. So some MTS Cinnamon protein. I'm really a fan of like any sort of cinnamon flavored protein powder. And then I also picked up this Niagen by HPN. I heard really good things, and I always have. And it's a really good company that I support, and there's good science behind it. And I'm looking for something that's going to make me just overall feel better during the day, because I work crazy hours, and by the end of the day, sometimes I'm just run down. So this is kind of like my self-experiment to see if it's effective, it's a good ingredient, and if it's something I want to buy for my parents for Christmas. That's a real reason I want to pick it up and try it. And then because I spent over like $75, I got some new wrist straps, which were much in need because mine tore. I tore like 2 pair of wrist straps so far this year. So I'm going to get ready to go to the gym, and today is a push day. All right, so pre-workout, I'm doing a little over a scoop of Flight. It's like a heaping scoop, probably 350 milligrams of caffeine. And then since I haven't eaten for a while, it's probably been 4.5 hours since I had anything to eat since lunch, I'm going to do some Halloween Jelly Belly Star Wars jelly beans. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Alan Aragon. He is like the godfather of online nutrition, training, and peer-reviewed articles and research. But he runs this subscription service called Alan Aragon's Research Review, AARR. And last week when I was just chilling in California, nothing to do, I decided to finally pick it up. It is a subscription service that he puts together a monthly article of peer-reviewed literature, studies. He does interviews. There's a bunch of information. The one that just came out in October was about 30 pages long. But if you are really serious about nutrition and training and learning more and educating yourself, it is something I highly recommend, because it's not only information that's tailored to, like, say, current situations that are really popular or trends, but stuff that you can really learn a lot from. So the October version I kind of briefed over today during lunch was in regards to veganism, and then it touched on autoregulation and an interview with Eric Helms. It was pretty good. So check that out if you're interested. It's Alan Aragon's Research Review, $10 a month. It's definitely worth it. Okay, so today's push workout called for chest, triceps, and shoulders. But all day my back has still been pretty sore from my previous back workout, working with heavy deadlifts and a lot of volume. So tomorrow calls for another back workout, and kind of still on the topic of autoregulation that I talked about a little earlier, and just playing it by ear going to the gym and being smart about it. I'm not going to hit back tomorrow. I'm going to save one more day. So tomorrow I'm going to do strictly shoulders. So presses, lateral raises, and then I'll do some more volume for arms, because I haven't been getting a lot of volume in for arms on my push and pull days. So in today's workout, I was hoping to get a few sets and then 3 to 5 rep range on dumbbell presses with closer to 130 pounds. And the past couple months, what I've been doing is my first couple warm-up sets going to the gym really set the tone for what I'm going to do. So going in today, I was warming up, things felt heavy, things still felt sore. So I stepped it back. I used 110 pounds for 4 sets in the 8 to 10 rep range at an RPE, I'd say 8.5 or 9. And then close to my workouts, I was going to failure, so an RPE 10. And I primarily use that on arm exercises, so doing triceps or biceps just to finish off a workout. And a lot of the stuff I was reading in Alan Aragon's Research Review this past week was in regards to pre- and post-workout nutrition. And to tell you the truth, just personal preference. I mean, a lot of the things that I decide to do, I take studies and research into consideration, but personal preference weighs just as much in my opinion. And I think I have the best workouts where I front load my meals earlier in the day, and then I go to the gym nearly fasted with like 4 to 5 hours for my last meal. Alright guys, so I'll go ahead and show you what I'm having post-workout. So this is a 1.5 cups of brown rice, 4 ounces of 99% lean ground turkey, 4 ounces of chicken tenderloins, 1 serving of fat-free ricotta cheese, some barbecue sauce, honey mustard, and then there is half a tablespoon of coconut oil in there and 1 egg on top. So I'll put the macros of this meal on the screen. And then I'm also making some overnight oats for tomorrow morning. So this is a little different. This is like a pumpkin flavor inspired by this buff baked pumpkin spice. So I'm going to use a serving and a half of MTS Cinnamon protein powder, 1 cup of old-fashioned oats, 1 serving of Nestle chocolate chips, 1 tablespoon of this pumpkin spice spread. You could also use 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm going to use 15 milliliters, which is 1 serving sugar-free pumpkin spice, half a cup of almond milk, 2 servings of fat-free, sugar-free cheesecake jello mix, 1/4 cup of pure pumpkin, and then some cinnamon pumpkin pie spice just for flavoring. So I'll mix this up and show you what it looks like. This has reached a level of basic that I never thought I would achieve. So overnight oats, pumpkin spice flavor. This is something new. But overnight oatmeal has been a staple in my diet ever since college. Me and my brother used to make it all the time. And before we even knew it was overnight oats, we called it the mix. So this is breakfast tomorrow morning. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So right now it is 11:40. I'm on lunch break. So I decided to stop by Dick's. I want to pick up a few pair of compression pants. Because I'm not a huge fan of wearing shorts to the gym anymore. Compression pants are like my go-to. So I just want to pick up a few more pairs. Definitely not the cheapest option, but Under Armour, I got 2 pairs. So these are both XL. These are like a OD green, almost like an army green. These were, I think, $59 because it's like a heavier material. It's for like the winter. And then this is a lighter material. These were, I believe, $39. So I only have about 2 pair right now. They're both by Reebok. And the reason I don't like the Reebok ones is because they don't have like a very thick elastic band. So they kind of fall down during the workout. So these should be a lot better. All right, work is over for the day. And it's depressing that it's getting dark this early. This is the last turn before I head home. Okay, so shoulders and arms tonight, doing 1 scoop of Orange Flight. Usually I've been doing like the blue raspberry. It's my favorite flavor. I do like orange, but I'm just more of like a sweet blue raspberry guy. But I gave my bottle of blue raspberry Flight to my squad leader, so he's got that right now. I've always considered shoulders and arms like a pump day. It's almost just a pump specific workout. And that's how I get the most effective results on shoulders and arms. And those are 2 body parts that I find that I can do even on a day off, or treat it almost like a deload day where, say I'm working out on my typical schedule, push-pull legs, and on my typical rest day, I feel that I can keep training. I just don't feel tired, I'm not run down, I've had plenty of sleep, and then taking the last 3 weeks off, I'm almost fresh coming back into it. So treating this day almost like an off day because I don't go super heavy on shoulders or arms. It's specifically a hypertrophy volume workout. So in today's workout, I started off with barbell overhead press. I did 6 sets total with 135 pounds. And then I went into dumbbell overhead press, working between 70 and 85 pounds. Now my dumbbell overhead press has come down a lot since getting back from NTC. And then side lateral raises, and I did some shrugs at the end of the workout. What I like to do when I do shrugs is do it post arms, because if I do it pre-arm, sometimes I'll use my actual arms, my biceps, my triceps to lift that weight up a little bit. But if you pre-exhaust your arms prior to going into shrugs, you're almost forced to use your traps to pull that weight up to your ears. Imagine pulling your shoulders, your traps to your ears and eliminating the arm movement out of it. Something I've been meaning to tell you guys and just completely forgot, but when I was at NTC, each platoon gets an OC, so it's like an observer. They give you feedback on your performance, and they're also like a safety there as well to watch out for you. And even though we didn't have our phones, we had to pack up our phones, and they weren't allowed when we were in the field or in the box. The OCs are allowed to have theirs for safety reasons, and they're not part of the actual training. They're just there for, the feedback purpose. But my OC walked up to me, and it was like day 3 after, meeting him and working with him. And he was like, so I was watching YouTube today, and I was watching a video on Ranger School and Why You Don't Quit. It was one of my earlier videos when I first started the channel. And he's like, and then I realized I've been watching you on YouTube. So it's crazy, like the small world, and it's great to know that my videos are reaching people outside of the fitness community. He was researching Ranger School, and somehow I popped up on his videos to watch feed. So absolutely crazy. I run into this guy 1,500 miles away, and that same day he's watching me on YouTube. All right, guys, 1 week, and I am feeling good being back at it. Strength is coming back, size is coming back slowly. And that's why when I go to the field and I go to all this Army training, I'm not too worried about losing size and strength because eventually it'll come back. But right now, my gains are like a roller coaster. Like, I start making progress and then we go to the field. And I start making progress in the field. And it's a continuous cycle for another 1.5 years until I get out. So that wraps up this video, guys. Tomorrow is my last day of work for the week. I have Friday off. I have a 3-day weekend, which means plenty of food, plenty of videos, and plenty of training. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you guys later.